Hey, it's Michael LeBlanc. Do you ever get in a funk about you, about life, about a situation, about another person, and you just sort of need some tools, something to kind of help you shift out of that funk? So today I want to share a 3-step journaling technique I call my true self agreement. Kind of created it over the years, use it with me, use it with clients to kind of create that shift. A while back, so I just sort of woke up fearful, anxious, and all I did was wake up. And I always journal, kind of meditate in the morning. So I really grabbed my journal. I made this agreement I'm going to talk about. And literally, and I timed it because I was curious, well, how long would it take me to shift from fear to anxiety to feeling better? And it took me 12 minutes, 12 minutes following this agreement, following this journaling technique to shift from true fear, anxious, to genuinely feeling joyful, better about me and my life. So here we go. I call it my true self agreement. Obviously, you will get a journal. And step 1 is you're just going to agree that there really is a divine true self. So that's step 1. You're just agreeing that there is a divine true self. Step 2, I use 10 minutes. You could do it 15 minutes. But for X amount of time, you will agree to only journal, only write, only reach for thoughts that truly align with the way you think your divine self, your true self, sees the exact same thing you're focused on. So if you're struggling with you, then you make the agreement to reach and journal and reach for thoughts that only agree with how my divine self would see me, how my divine self would see this situation, how my divine self would see this other person. So step 2 in the agreement is, for the amount of time you set, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you're only going to write down thoughts that you think align with the way your divine self, your true self, would be thinking about the very same topic you're thinking about, whether it's you, another person, a situation, whatever that is. All right, so that's step 2. So step 1, you're making the agreement that there is a divine self, true self. Step 2, you're agreeing that for X amount of time, you're only going to write down thoughts that align with the way your divine self sees the very same thing. And step 3 is, during that 10 minutes, you will keep the agreement. So if you notice you start putting down some sort of negative thinking, some sort of complaining, some sort of justifying why you feel how you feel, recommit to the agreement, go again, only reaching for thoughts that align with your divine self. And how does my divine self think about me at this moment? How does my divine self think about that same situation that I'm struggling with? How does my divine self think about that person that I'm struggling with, right? And reach for those thoughts. The last part I want you to pay attention to is just notice how you feel. You're in a funk and you're shifting yourself out of that funk. Your feelings will follow your focus. So as you deliberately stay with the agreement, you are making yourself reach for thoughts that align with your divine true self. As you do that, and as you shift your focus, you're shifting your consciousness, you're shifting your energy, your feelings will start to shift. Like I said, I woke up that morning, I was fearful, I was anxious, I grabbed my journal, I made this agreement, and really 10 minutes, 12 minutes, I went from fear and anxiety to really feeling joyful, really feeling good about myself. So give it a try. Again, it's true self agreement. You're going to step 1, you just agree that there really is a divine true self. Step 2, set a time, 10 minutes. Hey, for the next 10 minutes, I'm only going to reach for thoughts. I'm only going to write down thoughts that my divine self would have about this same thing, whether it's you, a person, a situation, whatever that is. And 3, stick with the agreement. Your tendency might want to go off and justify why you feel or complain or whatever. Stick with the agreement. All right? So I'm Michael LeBlanc. This is a Divine Dirt. It's a chapter called Fear to Joy in 12 Minutes. And if you have questions, let me know. You can message me below. You can leave a like, a love, a share, a comment, a question. You can reach me at michael@createwithconsciousness.com. I use this technique with myself. I use it with my coaching clients. It's a deliberate way to reach for, well, how is my divine self in this very moment seeing the same thing about my life that I'm struggling with, right? But stay with it till you notice you feel different. Hope that helps. Talk to you soon. Leave a comment. Thanks. Bye.